This podcast has reached level 9,000.
What, 9,000?
Oh! Hello, everybody. That was so cheesy.
It was.
I couldn't help it, man. It's your Dragon Ball Z shirt.
Well, Vegeta's my favorite character.
Is he?
Yeah.
So welcome, everybody. This is The Enthusiast, episode 14?
15.
15. Oh,
I know.
wow.
We're getting close to our 20s.
I know.
Growing up fast.
It does feel good, man. We've been doing this for a while. I like this.
Me too.
I'm one of your hosts, Jesse Nazario. Sugared up on birthday cake, and so is my dog, apparently. I'm here with my best friend.
Will Zabo.
And we're here to talk about information and ignore a barking dog in the background.
Yeah, so we actually have quite a bit. First thing we'll talk about is Logan is topping the box office.
Ooh.
What do you think?
Well,
That surprise you?
we did a spoiler class the other day, and I said I was fond of the movie, but wasn't too fond that I felt like the reviews were a little overwhelming. After sitting back and actually thinking about the movie, I actually did feel like I went in a little harsh on it the first time, and I think it was because I was tired and went to go see it. So I'm not surprised that it's topping at the box office. It's awesome.
I agree. It's also Hugh Jackman's last hurrah, so I'm sure that has a lot to do with it too.
Is he a good-looking man, or is it just because he plays Wolverine?
No, he's a good-looking guy.
I guess so, man.
Even as an old man, he's good looking.
You know what? What's funny is I know he's a little up there, but I didn't realize they still did old makeup to make him look older.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he isn't that old, so that's pretty neat.
So one of the things that are actually coming from this is people are requesting that X-23 gets a solo movie. What do you think?
I am absolutely okay with that because I really loved X-23.
Me too.
She was my favorite character in that movie.
My question, though, would be, would they use that girl? She's so young still, or would they try to set this further in the future and use someone older?
I don't know, man. I would like them to use that girl. Do you remember, was that movie Kick-Ass?
Yes.
Hit Girl was like 12, and she was awesome. I wouldn't mind seeing a whole movie on it, just Hit Girl. So I could see it. But I don't know. Do I like her? I did like her. I thought she was really good. What I really liked about the movie was the whole aspect of Wolverine did not want to be quote-unquote fodder figure, but he kept getting stuck in that role, and that was what was funny about the dynamic. So I'm wondering if you're missing that aspect, if it's only her kind of film, will it have that same specialness? You know what I mean?
I can understand that.
No spoilers. We're talking about some of those in the trailer, but just a part in the convenience store. Like, how amazing was that scene just to see, Wolverine acting like a father,
yeah.
for once.
I agree with that. On other Marvel news, Iron Fist reviews are coming out for the first episode.
Oh, yeah? How'd it look?
Not so great.
Oh.
6.5.
Oh.
I mean, that's not horrible.
Oh.
It's in the lower end. But usually first episodes, you want to try to score as high as you can with them and lead off to pull people in. Usually for shows, the first episode is the best, and usually either the last or second to last episode of a season are usually
the low points?
The high points.
Oh, high points.
Because, you want to pull people in with the first episode. And then the end, you want to make them want to come back.
For another season, gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't excited about Iron Fist anyway. So we told you when I seen the trailer, I was like, bleh.
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed as well in the trailer. I'm probably going to check it out, but I still haven't even checked out Luke Cage, and I heard that was really good.
I really like Luke Cage, but not as a Marvel show,
just a regular.
As a regular show, like the hip hop music in it, the characters, they were enough that you didn't even. I had a few people that told me they watched it and had no idea it was a Marvel property. So I'm absolutely fine with that. But I feel like Iron Fist is such a weird character to do because who's heard of him, honestly?
Yeah, I agree. He is a very unknown character. That being said, though, they've also done Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I guess.
Before their movie was...
But here's what I think helped with Guardians of the Galaxy. Chris Pratt. Okay. You know what I mean? I know my wife wanted to go see that movie just because he was in it, because she knew him from...
Parks and Rec.
No, it wasn't Parks and Rec. He was on that show. It's like a teen soap opera. I can't remember it. I didn't watch it.
Okay.
One Tree Hill, something like that. But she wanted to see it because of that. You had a lot of people that went and seen it because Dave Bautista was in it, wrestling fans. So you had a decent cast. I had no idea who that guy is in Iron Fist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who is that guy?
He's from Game of Thrones. That's all I know him from. I haven't really seen him.
Show I never
anything.
watched. Everybody keeps telling me to watch.
Good show. You should check it out.
I will. When I'm ready to.
That's fine, man.
People ain't gonna tell
Do
me
things
what I'm gonna do.
on your time.
I will. Still haven't watched Sons of Anarchy.
No, I actually haven't either, and I heard that was really good.
That's why we're friends.
So
I have watched Dragon Ball Z twice though.
Dragon Ball Z is amazing.
Isn't it?
The show or I hope you're not talking about the live action movie. I just want.
Oh, that was Dragon Ball Evolution. That movie was terrible.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
I mean, if you want a good laugh, I'd watch it. You know what though? I didn't hate the guy who played Piccolo.
I don't even know who.
It was Spike from Buffy.
Oh, okay.
I thought he was okay. Like movie was shit.
That movie was horrible.
He was okay as Piccolo. Like if they were ever gonna reboot that franchise, I wouldn't mind him coming back.
Okay.
Actually, don't reboot that franchise. Leave it alone.
I would much rather them just stick with the animated.
Yeah,
movies.
why wouldn't they do an animated movie?
Like, well, they do, but I'm surprised that they just don't only do.
Oh yeah, isn't it like in Japan they all come out in theaters, the animated movies?
Yeah, here they like go straight to DVD. The only ones that ever went to theaters here, so far as I know, I'm sure someone will correct me if they listen to this and really care, is Gods, Battle of the Gods.
Haven't watched it.
And Resurrection F.
I haven't watched that either.
I have both.
But. All right. Yeah, I haven't watched any of the new show just because to me it kind of ended on the end of Z. I didn't hate GT like everybody else did though.
Okay, I wasn't a fan of GT, but
well, hey, I didn't say I was a fan.
To each their own.
How did we get on Dragon Ball Z? Let's go back to news. That's what we're here for, people.
One more thing for Marvel news: Jeff Goldblum's Grand Master has been revealed for what he looks like.
You mean the clown?
Yeah, that is exactly what he looks like.
You mean the ringleader of a circus?
I really don't like the look at all.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to give Jeff Goldblum 3 passes. I like him as an actor.
Okay.
As a grown man, he wears bow ties. Gotta respect that.
Okay.
And number 3, it's a still shot. And we have learned in this business, my friend, of doing podcasts for a whole 4 months. Screenshots are not always the picture, man. Sometimes you got to see that thing in motion.
I agree.
Because remember Apocalypse? Screenshots look stupid.
I agree.
The movie looked worse.
You know who else really looked bad? What's his name from Guardians? The guy the collector.
Oh yeah.
He looked horrible when they first just showed him in stills. I was kind of like, he looks dumb. But then, like with the context of everything around,
it did look normal. Yeah.
You see everything else. It looks really good. With this, you kind of just see him and a green screen behind him. So you're like, that looks dumb.
Oh, and then we won't know what they're going to add with CG or what the lighting and plan, because like lighting makes a big difference too.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. So you know what is a beautiful example? Sad Batman when they first revealed Ben Affleck's Batman.
Yeah,
chubby, looks sad. It looked like just a out of touch guy. Seeing that in like the first trailer is when I noticed emotion. I was like, holy crap, that suit is amazing. And to this day, it's my favorite.
It's kind of funny because I actually didn't like the suit at first until I saw him in it. But yeah, I agree. That's my favorite bat suit as well. I also love how big the bat is.
I agree.
Like it's very defined. But keep going with the news. So you love Metal Gear.
I do.
I love Metal Gear.
Yes.
The director of the Metal Gear movie wants to find a way for a character to
movie.
Yeah, Metal Gear's gonna get a movie.
Who's directing it?
The director of God, why can't I remember he's directing something right now. God, what was it for?
Oh no, you're the one telling me.
I don't remember.
Is it going to be good?
I hope so. We haven't seen
not.
anything on it. But one, they want the character to break the fourth wall. They haven't said which character. I'm hoping that if they're basing it off of the first Metal Gear Solid game, it would just be Psycho Mantis. Because if you remember, Psycho Mantis does talk to you.
Read your memory card.
Read your memory card, stuff like
Why
that.
Why can't I read? That's my impression of him.
I don't like that. I don't really like the breaking of the fourth wall thing.
I mean, it can be done well. Movies I've seen it done well in American Beauty.
Okay.
With Kevin Spacey. Kick-Ass was done well. King Arthur with, I can't remember his name now. Not Gerard Butler, the other guy. Clive Owen, no, I don't remember his name. King Arthur, which is not a great movie, but decent breaking the fourth wall. So it can be done pretty well, as long as it's not handled cheesy. You know what I'm saying? I agree.
I thought Deadpool was okay with it, but I'm just not a big fan of breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, I can see.
And second, he wants Cyborg Ninja to be in the movie.
Why wouldn't you want it? Are they going to base it off the first Metal Gear game, though?
I don't know. See, that's the other problem.
Here's my issue. I've, you know what I mean? Because I'm so cool. This is obviously a reference to how uncool I am. I've, like, trying to write a script for Metal Gear, like, 40 times. And the fact that the whole first game takes all in one place in Alaska, like, I can't see that working for a movie. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Like, one shot, the whole thing. I mean, it has been done for movies. But
However, I think they would have the advantage of not having. It'd probably be a lower budget if they did it in Alaska rather than trying to rent a street.
I understand what you're saying. Here's my other question. All right, me and you understand the Metal lore and understand that, but if you start off with the first Metal Gear Solid game, people are gonna be lost, man. Like,
you're probably gonna have to start off with 3 Snake Eater.
All right, even to me, your best bet would be
Super Nintendo.
I was gonna say you could do Metal Gear, but you have to flash back to the first 2 games. You know what I mean? Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2.
Okay.
So start off with Solid Snake's story of him fighting Liquid, but go back and tell the story of his father, tell the story of Gray Fox, Frank Yeager. Ah, yeah, I remember his name. You know what I mean? You drinking down here? Oh my God, you got a beer?
Yeah, I do have a beer. We are partying.
My wife's birthday, everybody, by the way.
It is. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, honey.
We'll move on to Switch news. Because there's always Switch news for right now, because Switch is the new thing.
It is. I've been playing mine a lot. You're not too happy with yours, huh?
No, we'll get into that later, though. I like the Switch as hardware. I'm just not really enjoying Zelda as much as everyone else seems to.
You got a big head.
Yeah, there it is. It's a good drawing. So if you buy a Switch dock, it does not include an AC adapter. So the dock separately is $90. And the AC adapter for that dock would be $30.
That seems stupid.
I 100% agree.
All right. And you need the dock just in case the dock breaks.
Well, you need the dock in case the dock breaks. But another way that I saw the dock could be useful is a good example, your wife. Let's say you guys did have a TV in your bedroom. I know you guys don't like the idea of a TV in the bedroom, but some people do. You could have another dock in the bedroom. Instead of having to unhook it and rehook it up, just carry the Switch, plop it in.
Actually, didn't think about it.
Same thing for your kids. Like, let's say your son wanted to play the Switch one day, but you wanted to play PlayStation. Granted, sure, he can put it on his little handheld, but he likes Zelda on the big screen.
Who doesn't?
Dock right there. So what do you think?
Not the smartest idea, but not the first time a video game company's screwed us, so I'm not surprised.
I agree. I don't really care too much, but it's just annoying because I feel like I'm being nickeled and dimed.
Yeah, Nintendo's been doing that. I feel like
you know what I mean? Like when the console came out, everything just... I feel like I just had to buy so much to get the full experience. So speaking of the Switch, though, looks like Nintendo Switch launch sales in America and Europe are Nintendo's best ever.
For
the launch of the Switch. Like launch week, their sales are the best that they've ever seen in history.
Ooh, that's awesome.
That is really good. It's very promising.
Most likely it's going to drop, though. What do you think?
I think it's going to plummet. I do think it's going to drop a lot. And here's one of the reasons. This was actually another topic, so we can just tie it in. Reviews for the Switch have been rolling out. And they're not very great. They've been like 6s and 7s.
The DC of the video game community.
Yeah. Granted, it will still do well because Nintendo does have their core audience. You and me bought it day one. Quite a few people have bought it day one. And there are still people that seem to be interested in it. My concern more is for after the core audience buys it, what are you left with?
Those secondary people going to come through. Yeah,
because they only released 2 million at launch, and 10 million Wii U sold. So I would at least expect the Switch to sell 10 million at the least. But we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, I think once E3 hits and they really show the games off, that could really help it out. But
yeah, that's my biggest complaint right now. I'm enjoying the system. I'm enjoying the software. Right now I'm satisfied with it because I'm gotten over 20 hours. I got way more than 20 hours into Zelda. But what happens when I'm done it? Like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
Like, nothing really comes out. Well, Trolling On comes out at the end of the month for it. But, that's about it.
Yeah.
Don't laugh at it. That's all I got, man.
I'm sorry.
That's all I got.
I'm in the same boat as you. But yeah, some reviews are saying it's the jack of all trades, but master of none.
Ooh.
They're saying like It's underpowered, which we knew that going in, and it is underpowered. It doesn't have very many features. It doesn't. It's missing Netflix, Hulu.
Yeah, it is really weird that they started off with nothing.
And Netflix and Hulu said that those will be features, but they haven't said when they're coming.
Here's my complaint with it. I had, you remember, I had everything hooked up through my Wii U, my Netflix, my Hulu. Now, granted, recently, in the past few years, I got a smart TV with Netflix hooked up. But what happened if I didn't? You know what I mean? And I unhooked my Wii U or traded my Wii U and do the switch. Now I'm out Netflix, even though I'm still paying for it.
Mm-hmm.
Unfair.
I agree. I think that the Netflix and things like that are stuff you just had to have at launch. But yeah, they say it's missing features. It's underpowered. While it's a handheld, it just feels too big to really be conveniently portable, which I can agree with. It's not something I would probably put in my pocket. Although it fits, it's just kind of a tight fit. What do you think?
I don't know. To be honest, I have not really used it in handheld mode. The other day, me and my wife were laying in bed, and she was laying down sleeping, and I came into the room, and I was like, you know what? I still feel like playing Zelda, but I want to lay next to my wife. So I undocked it and brought it in the room with me and was playing it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like 10 minutes into doing it, I was like, just kind of want to put it back on my TV, and ended up coming out in the living room and putting it right back on the TV. So it's like, I don't know if I'm going to use it in handheld mode that much. Plus, I feel like it's too expensive to kind of bring around with you.
It is very nerve-wracking when you carry it around.
Especially with all the stuff that came out, that's it. You know what I mean? I break it, I'm going to have to start all over. Like I said, I have over 20 hours in the Zelda.
Yeah.
I mean? And
I don't even have as much as you. And I can tell you right now, if my Zelda file got erased or something happened to my Switch and I had to re-get it, I'm done.
Yeah, it'd be furious.
I'm not starting that over. I actually forgot one thing of movie news, and you're actually probably really excited for this. So apparently the actors for the Power Ranger movie teased at a fight between the Red and Black Ranger. I speculate that this fight could be over leadership. Because I believe, and I could be wrong, you're better with Power Ranger lore than I am. Did that not happen between the Red and Green Ranger for leadership? It wasn't like the Red Ranger a little jealous of the Green Ranger and they ended up fighting?
No.
No?
No. I mean, the Green Ranger started off bad.
I do remember that. But okay.
So, matter of fact, when it came to White Ranger and Zordon was like, hey, it's a new leader. Jason was saying that. And Jason was like, all right, I'm stepping back. But whatever. No, I don't think so. But I don't know if I'm excited about that. You know what I mean? I was excited to see a Power Ranger movie. I don't know. I'm kind of in that halfway point right now. I want them to redo an awesome Power Ranger movie and make it very current and everything like that. But I better see some throwbacks to the original show. You know what I'm saying?
I can understand.
I better see Rita say at least one time, "Make my monster grow!" Like it. No matter how cheesy it is, you gotta throw it in somehow. So, I'm still very excited about this movie. I know a lot of people are already saying it's gonna suck, which means the reviews are gonna be terrible for it, no matter how good the movie is. Because for whatever reason, people put in their mind a movie's going to be bad. Movie comes out and automatically it's bad.
Regardless of what it does.
Yeah, i.e. the new Ghostbusters film. Anybody that's seen it, when you're by yourself with somebody else, will be like, yeah, it wasn't actually that bad. But because everybody thought it was going to suck ahead of time, reviews came out, it was garbage. It was terrible.
I do think that sometimes because if you think something's going to be bad, you kind of go into it with that stigma of like you're expecting it to be bad. So I think you also nitpick at things that might not actually be that big of a deal for the movie, but because you're already going in with that expectation, you're just thinking that. Zelda is reported to run better in handheld mode over docked.
I don't know if I believe that.
Yeah, apparently, while it's docked right now, there seems to be. I'm sure you haven't experienced it because you've never complained anything about it, and you've only been playing it docked mostly. People have been saying it's been having some hiccups with the frame rate.
I noticed.
Yeah. A lot of people are also complaining about the whole dock thing, where if you take your Switch in and out of the dock a lot, it scratches it up. Nintendo's like, that's never happened. And for any of their like test models that they use for the events, they're like, people were taking it in and out all the time, and none of ours have ever done that. So.
I don't know. I got to scratch my first day on mine, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really upsetting.
I'm telling you, that was one of my big complaints. Yeah, it's easy to come in and out, but you need a screen protector on that thing because if you put it in at the wrong, because you can remember the whole front of it is a screen. There's no outside edging on it whatsoever.
Yeah.
So you scrape that thing on down, it's over.
Did you get a screen protector for your shit?
Nah.
I actually just ordered a new screen protector because mine, I put it on really bad. But it's 2-pack, so if you want the second one, you're more than welcome to have it.
That's why I love you. Well, I'll catch it.
I try.
So, no, honestly, the only complaint I have is about Zelda, and that's has nothing to do with frame rate or anything like that. The fact of you can handle all temples and everything in that game in whatever particular order you do, that's cool. That's fine. But limit me because I'm going to areas where obviously I'm meant to have this or that and get destroyed in one hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I'm frustrated because it's not much fast travel in that game, so you're walking all this way. I'm not going to turn around and be like, oh, well, obviously I'm not ready for this area. Because I walked all the way over there. So I was on a boss for like 2 hours this morning. When I read online how to defeat him, it was like, oh, by the way, should have the Master Sword. Really? Really, I should have the Master Sword? Why'd you let me get to him before I had it then? You know what I'm saying? I did it for 2 hours and I finally finished him.
I realized that I have a problem with Zelda, and it's because of
the fact that you like men.
No. So this is I've always loved the Zelda series, but
you
this
can't
one
go Super Saiyan in it.
No. So most open world games for me, the way that I do my exploring is I'll have an objective that I have to go do, and then something will catch my eye along me going to do that objective. Zelda gets to a point where they don't ever really give you objectives anymore. They're just kind of like a good example is after you talk to some lady for the last time, she gives you a bunch of photos, and she's like, you have to go to at least one of these spots. They're not marked on the map. You have no idea where they are. You just have to explore. But I find blindly exploring to be very boring for me because there's a lot of just open fields in Zelda.
Yeah.
And I find myself just wandering around, and a lot of people seem to be having a way different experience than I am with this game. Like, you love it.
I enjoy it.
But when I'm playing it, I feel like I'm just walking through open field after open field with nothing. I'll climb these huge rocks hoping something's at the top of this mountain. Nothing. Maybe a mushroom. And I'm just like, what the hell are people enjoying this for? And maybe I'm just really unlucky with where I'm going and what I'm picking to do, but it's just not fun to me, personally.
I feel like this is, if you go in with a new gamer's outlook on this, like, yeah, you're going to be disappointed because this is technically an open world game. That's all it is. The fact is, and we said this before, the reason it got such popularity is this is a new leg for Zelda. So I went in expecting a normal Zelda game and was mind-boggled that there's a jump button in it. There's been jump buttons for how long in games, okay? You know what I mean? The fact of the matter is the first time we've been able to jump in a Zelda game. So that's why. So it's as how you look at it. For an example, I look at the Zelda glass as it's half full. You see a half-empty glass, my friend.
I do. I'm sorry. Last thing of Switch news.
We're going to switch it up after that?
We are going to switch it up. But Dragon Quest Heroes 2 graphics comparison came out for the PS4 and the Switch. Does not look good at all on the Switch. It looks pretty bad. Like night and day difference.
Worse than the one you showed me before?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like it's... You remember, it's almost, to me, the equivalent of comparing the Wii U version of Smash Brothers to the 3DS. Where they had those black lines around them. That's what they kind of have for the Switch version of Dragon Quest. The characters seem to have like these noticeable black lines around them.
I'm gonna get it for the Switch though.
Is this bad for the Switch third-party support though?
No, I honestly, you had to know going in that you were gonna get a downgrade of graphics. I haven't seen it before, but if you can do something where at least it's not okay. I don't know. I mean, as long as the gameplay's there, I don't care. Like I was saying the other day, we were complaining about the fact that Skyrim is going to be the PS3 version coming to the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact of the matter is, it's a new game to play on the Switch. It's a third-party game, a really good one.
Just taking whatever you can get, right?
Let's take what we can get at the time. At the end of the day, the cool thing about the Switch and what people keep forgetting is, this is still a portable system / console system. All right, so if you want the looks of Dragon Quest, get it for the PlayStation 4. You want to play it on the go, though, and at home, get it for the Switch.
You're really making Nintendo fans Sound like those kids in high school that just get so desperate to have sex, they'll just take anything.
I'll just take anything right now. Yeah, you know what?
You're going to give me an ugly Skyrim? Come on.
Come on, give me an ugly Skyrim. Everybody else is doing it. No, I'm not trying to say, but what I'm trying to say is, yeah, I mean, honestly, it all depends on what.
I do agree. You have to go in. I think most people who bought a Switch, you and me being those people, went in with expectations of understanding what the Switch is. However, I think a majority of people don't see it that way. I think a majority of people see it as Nintendo released a console that's more expensive than the current consoles that are out. It's more expensive than PS4 and Xbox One right now.
Is it? How much is the PS4?
$250.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And it comes with a game.
What's the game?
I think you can get it with Call of Duty right now, which is
Call of Duty.
The same thing with the Xbox One.
Don't compare it to Xbox One. Nobody plays the Xbox One, man.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, I saw Master Chief trying to sneak over to Sony the other day. They're like, "We don't want you."
So I can see why some people might see that as concerning.
I could too, but like I said, I feel like it's all about. To me, it's what you want to do with the system.
That's
me
true.
Personally,
especially
as much as I would love to see a beautiful looking Skyrim, I want a portable Skyrim I can take with me, so I'm going to get it on the Switch.
So let me ask you something. You want that? How often have you taken your Switch out of the house?
Yeah, none yet. I have a doctor's appointment next week. I think it would be the first time I am.
All right.
But at the same time, also, with that being said, I really haven't had any opportunity. The other day, me and my wife were going on date night, and I started grabbing the Switch. She's like, "No, you're not." I was like, "All right." Learned that real quick.
I learned this isn't leaving the house.
Yep.
You got a portable for nothing.
Nothing.
So Persona 5 first impressions are coming out. And people are saying Zelda might have to watch out for Game of the Year.
Ooh.
Yeah, Persona 5 is looking really good.
What is Persona 5?
Persona is...
Just kidding.
Okay.
When's that coming out?
That comes out April 4th.
And this is on PlayStation 4?
Yep, PS4 only.
You excited?
Super excited. Persona is actually one of my favorite RPGs.
What are we doing? Real time? Turn-based?
Turn-based.
That is good. It's nice to see a turn-based nowadays.
Yeah, they're like one of the few people that still do turn-based, so it's really... I think that's why I'm really excited for it. It's just like a throwback.
Well, I mean, if the reviews are that solid for it, and it's something as, linear as turn-based, that's got to say something about it.
I agree. It's definitely...
Cape on, or he's like on top of a mountain?
I think he is the mountain. These are first impressions, though, so there's no way to really know how it's going to be.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You got to be careful with that, 'cause first impressions of Batman v Superman were great.
That's true.
And then the regular reviewer seen it and was like, oh, same thing with Suicide Squad, so these might be fanboys that might get that first impression.
Maybe. I mean, the game's already been out in Japan. It actually is Japan's Game of the Year.
Japan.
It got 10 out of 10s in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens. I'm excited for it.
Will you pick it up?
Oh, 100%. Absolutely. That is probably, honestly, my most anticipated game of this year.
Wow.
Yeah. I love Persona. My second would probably be Ni no Kuni, too.
What was that?
Ni no Kuni. It's another RPG. Kind of turn-based action type. It's pretty cool. I'll show you later. You can get excited just like you did Horizon.
That was good. I'm going to play Horizon eventually after Zelda.
So we got our first look at Telltale's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, you like the arts? Oh, sorry, y'all.
You're ruining this podcast.
I'm sorry, I'm tired. You like the art style?
No.
Really?
I don't. I actually really like the old Telltale stuff. This looks more 3D. I'm not a fan of it. Kind of looks clayish.
Yeah.
Whereas I really like the drawn look for all their other stuff.
I agree with you. I do like the drawn look now that you mention it. The Walking Dead. My favorite one, Wolf Among Us.
Wolf Among Us is my favorite as well.
I didn't say Bioshock.
Borderlands.
Borderlands, which was beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that game. It's my favorite. Yeah, it kind of, it looks a little bit like Batman was the one that started with that 3D look, kind of, and I hated Batman.
But even Batman still had the drawing side to it. This literally looks like there's no... It doesn't look like it has that cel-shaded art aspect to it at all. It literally just looks 3D, but kind of washed down 3D, like something you wouldn't...
Yeah.
Like something that I think if most developers put out, we'd be like, ugh.
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah. Still really hated Batman.
Yeah, I personally don't know if I'm gonna get it. Like, I kind of feel like I'm over Telltale's games.
I agree with you.
I feel like we get them so much. I'm just like, a little over it. I am, however, excited that Nolan North's going to be Rocket.
Okay, all right.
Because he's a really good voice actor.
I'm not surprised that he's in this, isn't he? And everything.
Just
Not like his contract.
Probably.
Must do 49,000 games a year.
So
I don't know. With me being so disappointed about Batman, I don't know if I'm getting this one. Maybe I'll let somebody else be a test on me.
That's probably what I'm thinking. But Batman didn't score bad.
I know, but I couldn't stand it, man.
Yeah. So it's like a weird spot for me. But
Batman, every episode that came out, I was like, ugh. It's like they took something so great and ruined it. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
There's so much source material too for Batman that it's almost disappointing that like you couldn't come up with a better story for it.
I agree. It's like them taking steak and putting it in a salad. Why ruin steak?
Some people might argue that you were in the salad.
Good point, sir. That's a good way to look at it.
So this is the last topic, but this is probably going to be a big one. It's probably going to take up the remainder of this podcast.
Your remainder.
2017, could it be the best year of gaming ever? Before we really get into it, I'm going to go down the list of games that are coming out, and the ones that are already out, I'm going to give their Metacritic score that they have so far.
Your Metacritic score.
So we have Resident Evil 7.
That's a game that came out.
We both loved it.
I did. It was short, and I still liked it.
You got an 86 out of
I
100.
argued with somebody on Facebook the other day about it.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
About what?
He was like, it was too short. I said, you're too short. And he was like, well, it wasn't that great because it was short. And I was like, did you enjoy it? He was like, yeah, until it was over. So you played it till the end, though.
But, I mean, most Resident Evil games are short. I don't think any of them really last.
4 was pretty long.
But 4 you could still beat pretty quickly. Especially the first 2. I think the first 2, their speed runs are like 45 minutes.
Which one?
The first Resident Evil and the second Resident Evil.
45 minutes?
Yeah, I think people are recordedly beat it in 45 minutes. Which actually someone just recently beat Zelda Breath of the Wild in an hour. That's the new speed run time.
Yeah. Well, I also heard you can go straight for Ganon.
Oh, okay.
Breath of the Wild. I just found that out recently. Not a smart thing to do, but technically you can do it.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we had Resident Evil, 86 out of 100. Neo, 87 out of 100. Halo Wars 2, 79%. I'm going to put some Xbox stuff on here, even though neither one of us do.
Never heard of the Halo.
Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Ooh! Best game ever.
98%.
10.
98.
Almost a 10.
It is really close. Horizon Zero Dawn.
That's really good.
Yeah, it is really good. I'm loving that game.
Her and Link should have a kid. And he should get his own game. You know what I mean? And he can go in between two worlds. You know what I'm saying? And now that we said it.
So you mean he could be the Link
yes.
between two worlds?
Yes, you did there. That'd be cool.
Nier Automata. That got a 90%.
Yep, didn't care.
Ghost Recon Wildlands. That got an 80%.
That's not out yet.
It is out. Came out this past week. This Tuesday.
I thought that was the beta came out.
Nope, the actual game's out.
That's online only?
It is. No, you can do single player.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it has single player and up to 4-player co-op.
Might get it. I like Ghost Recons.
I've always liked them too. I haven't had time to play it. I've been really focusing on Horizon.
Oh, you picked it up?
Friend of mine that I game share with, he picked it up.
Okay, so we're not going to say Kyle's name?
All right, well, Kyle picked it up.
Oh, so we can say Kyle's name.
Yeah.
I think it's better if we don't say Kyle's name.
All right, we'll just leave Kyle out of it.
Yep.
Mass Effect Andromeda.
Ooh, that is coming out.
That's coming out.
I haven't got my apology letter yet, so we'll skip that one.
Prey.
The more I see on it, the less I'm excited.
Really?
Yeah. Doesn't even look like Prey.
Well, they did say it's Prey and name only.
You know what else is? Live Free or Die Hard. That's a Die Hard movie in name only, all right?
Persona 5.
You're excited about that.
Cannot wait. Injustice 2.
I am really excited about that.
South Park.
Reverse Flash is Injustice 2.
I saw him in the trailer, but they haven't announced that he's actually a fighter yet. Have they?
Yeah, they did.
I didn't see them announce him.
Well, they did.
All right, well, I'm sorry.
You sit your ass down.
At least you're caught up on something.
Yes.
South Park: The Fractured Butthole.
That's getting pushed back to 2018 anyway. So.
Well, we don't know how far. It could still be this year.
Sure.
Ukulele.
Oh, I can't wait for that. And we're getting on the Switch. So, what? I can't be excited about a system?
I'm joking. I'm actually really excited for ukulele too.
It does look really good.
Yeah,
I
gave them money to kickstart it. You're welcome.
No, I don't.
You
was burnt once.
You should already owe me.
I was burnt
You should say thank you to me.
What if the game sucks?
It's not going to suck. Have you seen it?
It looks amazing.
All right then. You're welcome.
But remember last time I was super excited about a game like this.
We won't say it.
Banjo-Kazooie, Nuts and Bolts. So you didn't know where I was going. I wasn't talking about Mighty Number 9. So there you go.
You said it! It's a fucking devil. We also have Crash.
Oh, really excited.
Yeah, did you see the gameplay trailer they just released?
No, just play like the other one, didn't it?
Yeah, it is, but it was nice to see it again.
It is. I'm really excited about this game.
Me too.
Do you have a thing for the girl Bandicoot that was in it? Is that like bestiality kind of thing? She had a body on her.
I did not personally.
I'm not gonna lie. I can't. All right, it's weird.
You're right. Yeah, you're by yourself on that. Crackdown 3.
Nope.
Did you like the Crackdown series?
Well, I love Crackdown 1.
Okay.
That was when the only thing you could play was an Xbox 360. Because I've always been a Sony boy and a Nintendo guy. But let's admit it, 360 came out and it was like it for like 4 years. So I bought an Xbox 360 and Crackdown was a fun game.
It was
the problem is why I didn't play Crackdown 2?
Did it come with a Halo demo?
Because the PlayStation 4 or 3 came out by that point. So I was good. I never played my Xbox 360. Got to check out my PS3.
Yeah, I played my 360. I had both, but I played my 360 more. And then it wasn't until I usually only played my PlayStation for their exclusives because they have amazing exclusives. And then eventually I just slowly became my main console.
I know. You know what it was? It was one game. I want to say it was Max Payne 3. I was like, I'll get it on 360 since I had the other two on Xbox. Mm-hmm. And then I looked, it was like 45 discs for 360. I was like, or I could just play one disc on a PlayStation 3. Let me just do that. You know what I mean?
Not have to worry about switching them out.
So, and it annoyed me sometimes because the PlayStation 3 was the better system. It annoyed me that sometimes the 360 ran better.
Yeah.
But, oh well, let's neither.
Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
I am excited. I do like Capcom.
You and me seem to... I'm not a big fan of fighting games, but I feel like you and me like them when we play together. Like, we play Smash all the time, so I feel like this is something we're probably going to get into together.
Injustice is better.
What? Yeah, we'll play Injustice. I'm probably going to play Blue Beetle.
DC, yeah.
Mario Odyssey.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be good. Start.
I'm hoping.
Yesterday was Mario Day. We should have did a podcast for bad people.
Right. Mm-hmm. We're horrible. What the hell's wrong with us?
I don't know how we...
Cut it. Shut it all down.
Shut it all down.
Mario
Odyssey. Are you excited for Mario Odyssey?
I am and I'm not.
Why would you be not?
I love everything about that game except for when he was in the city. I'm not letting it go.
All right. You know what game I wasn't excited about? Mario Sunshine. See how that turned out.
But Mario Sunshine was always awesome.
Exactly.
Because he was in a city, though, that made sense. Mario's not even proportionate to the rest of the people in the city.
Because he's from the Mushroom Kingdom.
Then why aren't they from the Mushroom Kingdom?
Because he's not in the Mushroom Kingdom.
Well, where is he? Regular
Earth?
Well, that's stupid.
All right. Sonic did it, and it kind of worked out. Not really.
Exactly.
All right.
Ni no Kuni 2.
Bless you.
Thank you. Shadow of War. Mm. You're not excited for Shadow of War?
I don't even know what that is.
The Shadow of Mordor sequel. We talked about it last podcast.
Oh, yeah, that in.
God.
Why couldn't you call it Shadow of Mordor 2, man?
It's called Shadow of War.
That's stupid. It's like God of War, Shadow of the Colossus.
Your name's Jesse.
It's a cool name.
Whatever. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which you're actually thinking about trying.
I'm going to get it. And if I like it, I'm going to be like, yay, glad I gave it another shot. If I don't, I'll probably get a lot of money when I trade it in because Nintendo games always stay up in value.
It's true. And then you'll probably see Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and be like, that looks great.
That looks great. I'm going to do
it. Try the cycle
Red Dead
again.
Redemption 2. So I can read your list too. Even 5 ways.
Yeah.
I am excited about Red Dead Redemption.
Did you like the first one?
Yeah.
First one was really good.
Love the twist at the end.
I'm hoping.
You know what I really liked about that game? It's going to sound super cheesy. You were married and you were like a faithful kind of dude. Like when the girls would come up and like, hey, big boy, I'm like, oh, don't think my wife would like that. I'm like, good dude, man. Good God.
I agree. I do like that. So now, before I get into the possible maybes, we also have Tekken 7. Are you a Tekken fan?
No. I was until they kind of went like online only. Then they got like real complex. Now the Mizuara family, there's like 45 of them. Half brothers, cousins, sisters, uncles, former roommate. Like when I found out Lars was related to that family, I was like, I'm done.
I think the last one I really liked was 3 for the regular PlayStation.
I liked 6 or 4. 4 I thought
was that the one where they first introduced Steve, the boxer?
4 was introduced. Yes, yep.
I also like that one a lot too.
I just love her rad, man.
And was that also when Hayachi looked like he was a beetle in 4?
Could be.
Yeah.
Came out on the phone.
We have Outlast 2, which is a horror game. That's looking pretty good.
Okay, yep. Why is it called Outlast 2?
Because there was an Outlast 1.
When was that?
A while ago.
For what?
PlayStation 4.
Where was I?
I don't know.
Is it online only?
It is digital only.
Oh, that's why.
Then you have Detroit Becoming Human. You haven't seen that? It's made by the guys that did Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls.
Oh, okay.
It actually looks really good. I'll show you some gameplay on that.
Show me some gameplay.
Before we get out. Actually, you know what?
Don't you dare pause it.
All right.
She'll bite your hand.
Okay. Sorry.
Go down this list, sir.
Dragon Quest 11.
Ooh.
Is supposedly coming this year. Sea of Thieves, which is
That's a
Xbox.
pirate game?
But it's only on Xbox.
I don't care.
Cuphead, only on Xbox.
No! Only reason I would buy an Xbox One.
Same.
That game looks so stupid good.
Cuphead looks great.
PC, though, isn't it, too?
Yes.
Alright, yeah, I'll get it on PC.
Splatoon 2.
Alright, I'm excited about that.
I am pretty excited about Splatoon 2 as well.
Sonic Mania! Bam, 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 bam,
I want you to know I only put that on the list.
Because if you left it off,
yes.
I would lose my mind.
You would have brought it up.
You are so excited about this game. It is technically a remake, but not. But we're going to get really excited. I can't wait till we do an entire episode on it, devoted.
That's not happening.
All right, probably. It will.
Maybe we can have like a 10-minute segment.
Yeah, like 25 to a half hour to an hour.
State of Decay 2.
That's a zombie one, isn't it?
Yeah. That looks okay. Divinity Original Sin 2.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that one.
Gran Turismo Sport. Agents of Mayhem. That's I believe that's Epic's new game, or Cliff Bleszinski. One of those. I know they're not together anymore, but still. Cyberpunk 2077 is a maybe, because last when we heard from CD Projekt Red a long time ago, they did say something about it coming out in 2017. I don't see that happening. That's why I put maybe. Destiny 2, I think is maybe this year. So we're getting into some of the maybes.
I'm not going to play that at all.
For Honor came out, and that got a 78%. Not bad.
That's good.
Especially for a new IP. Warhammer 40K, and that's Dawn of War 3. The Warhammer series is really good on PC. It's an RTS.
Okay, I knew the Warhammers.
We Happy Few is a indie game that looks really good. The Surge, Vampire, Hellblade, I think is a maybe. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to come out this year. We'll see.
Hellblade?
Hellblade. It's technically in the same realm of Heavenly Sword.
Oh, I loved Heavenly Sword.
Yeah.
Because God of War hadn't come out for PlayStation 3 yet. Yeah. No, Heavenly Sword was a good game. Do you like Heavenly Sword?
I did. I thought it was pretty good.
It was cool.
Halo 6 is a maybe for me.
No way it's coming out 2017.
I think, and here's why I think it will. Because 2017 is also supposed to be when the Scorpio launches. What a better way to really want people to see
Has there
this?
even been a trailer for it?
No. But I think here's what you do. You go to E3, you announce it, it comes out in 6 months, 6 months down the road from there.
That would be the dumbest thing they ever did.
I don't think so. I disagree. But you're allowed to have your opinion.
No, I'm allowed to have my right opinion.
So my other maybes were God of War, Spider-Man, Days Gone.
I'm good. That's the name of the game?
No, it's Spider-Man, and then Days Gone is a separate game.
Yeah, it was weird that you said it the way you did that.
I'm sorry.
Are
Now,
you though?
I think only one of those 3 would come out.
All right, which one?
My money is more on Days Gone.
Okay.
I think Sony wants to get this IP out, and I think Spider-Man they might save for next year.
Okay.
And same with God of War. But some other ones that I think are possible. Wolfenstein, I think a new one is going to get announced at the C3 by Bethesda.
All right. Probably not, but okay.
I was a big fan of the New Order.
I didn't get to play that one.
So good.
I have a really funny story why I didn't get to play it.
We'll tell it right now. Go.
Oh, you want me to tell it?
Yeah.
Oh, I asked my wife for it for my birthday or something, so she like ordered it off online, and she was like, "I found it for really cheap." I was surprised. I was like, "Really?" She got my first one for 360. That came out like 2008. I couldn't even pretend like I was like, "Yay!" I was like, "Oh, this is not it at all." I just never got to play because of that.
Oh, that's upsetting.
Isn't it? But it's cool because you know what I ended up doing? I returned it and I got Splinter Cell Blacklist. It was an awesome game.
Blacklist was great.
Yeah, it was really good.
I agree. Evil Within 2. I think a second one. I think we're overdue for the second one. I think this year Bethesda's going to announce it at their E3 conference.
I really liked that game.
I did too.
I never got to finish it because the copy I had kept freezing up on me.
Really?
Yeah, it was towards the end too. I knew it towards the end. Like I could not get past this part without it just
Something wrong with your disc? Oh man, that sucks. I got it digitally. Your face right now. So great.
You know, you're not wrong because I legitimately said that to my wife yesterday. I was playing Zelda and my kids, they were both next to me and they were like, "Let's play 1-2 Switch. Let's play 1-2 Switch." I was like, "Leave me alone. I want to play Zelda right now." They were like, "Let's play 1-2 Switch." I was like, "Fine, put the game in. I don't care." So my son was like, "I don't know how to put it in. I don't want to break it." I was like, "Yeah, if you do break it, I'll be pissed." I was like, "Man, I wish I had these digitally because that could be as simple as exit, click." But now I had to get up from the couch, take it out, put it in, and by the time I sat back down, I was like, "I don't even feel like playing. You two play."
You're welcome.
I know, man. Maybe I'm just super lazy too. Though.
It does make you feel a little lazy when you say that, but like we just literally said, the disc issue, you couldn't even finish Evil Within because of that. Another one that I think is possible, and it's only possible because of what this year is. It's the 30th anniversary for Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy VII is supposed to be episodic. I could see them maybe releasing episode 1.
I can see that one. I agree with that.
Only episode 1 though.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Do you think this is... I mean, that's a lot of games. And we still haven't even had E3 yet. We don't know what else is... There's that rumored Batman game. So much that could still be coming. Like
Guitar Hero.
And everything so far,
I don't know why Guitar Hero
score-wise, has been amazing.
Yeah, it definitely has the potential being the best year of video games. Depends. Like, you never know. Next year could be like the crazy year. You know what I mean? Finally get all them games that we've always been talking about. Onimusha, get another one.
It's true.
You know what I mean? A good Transformers game.
But this list alone, I really think is like... When was the last time you were this excited for this many games?
Oh, a long time ago.
Like, I'm pretty sure out of this entire list, there's only like maybe 10.
I will tell you what's good about this year.
I don't even know why we're doing the podcast.
I'm just sorry. What do you want me to do? Not be tired?
Well, maybe you shouldn't have partied before the podcast.
It was my wife's birthday.
Pick a different day.
For her birthday.
You tell her to go back in time.
You see how everybody yelled at us when we went to leave the party to do the podcast?
Yeah.
Can't do it another day? Like, no. All right, this is our job. All right, this is what we do. No, I definitely think this has got a potential to be a good year because, like, I'm stressed out because a bunch of stuff is coming out. Like, I'm like, I can't play it all. Like, I'm legitimately stressed that Injustice 2 is right around the corner, and, like, I'm still knee-deep in my Switch life right now.
Yeah, and you still haven't done Horizon.
Yeah.
Which, I'm loving Horizon.
I want to do Horizon, too. And so I'm glad South Park got pushed back like 89 times because it's like, oh, crap. And it's not like I'm just getting South Park, too. I'm getting 2 games. I want to do Stick of Truth again, so, like, I don't have enough time in the day, man.
I know. If only this podcast would pick up.
I know. We could just play games. It's your fault, the internet.
God, you ungrateful people. Slaving away for you
We
guys.
don't do this for fun, okay? Well, it is really fun, actually, and legit do it. Man, I just want to play video games all day. And watch movies early. And get paid to do it. Is that wrong? Is that wrong to have that dream?
This is America. We're allowed to at least do that.
Yes. But no, honestly, there's so much this year. So, yeah, absolutely.
It's one of those, this is probably one of those years where there's so much coming out, I don't mind hearing games get pushed back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm like, okay, that's fine. because I still have so much. I just got Nier Automata because I pre-ordered that a while ago, and I wasn't expecting Horizon to take as long as it's taking for me to get through it. I still haven't even touched Nier because I'm like, I need to get through Horizon.
I don't even know what that is, sir.
Nier Automata? It's an action RPG open world.
Sounds boring.
And then after that, though, 2 weeks away, Mass Effect Andromeda.
Don't care.
Week after that, Persona 5.
So don't care.
There's literally something almost every week for the rest of this year.
You know what? You missed one, too. The Kingdom Hearts game.
Well, I actually didn't, on this list, I didn't put any remakes. I didn't want to put any, like, remasters.
Like,
So,
what else was the
Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5.
I'm really excited about that.
Final Fantasy 12.
Who cares about that?
I want to replay 12.
Is somebody going to play that?
I'm going to play it.
You know, I still haven't finished 15.
Wow.
I feel really bad. I put a lot of time into it, and it's like, what happened?
You just dropped it.
Yeah.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say you just didn't like that I got it for you as a gift.
No, I love it.
No, it's fine. It's okay.
No. Did you ever put the statue together I got you for?
Yeah, it's on my desk. It actually is the head of my desk now. I moved what was there.
What was there?
What was there was my Evangelion statue.
Oh my god, you love that. That's crazy.
I moved Evangelion
Wow,
because you got me Izuku, my favorite character from One Piece. The only other thing you could have done better was get me an Izuku and All Might if there was an All Might. So,
you said One Piece.
Oh, I meant My Hero Academia.
Yeah. I'm gonna finish Final Fantasy eventually, and I really did like it. There's so many. You've seen the lists.
See the list. I wrote the list. I made the list.
You just made the list. All 4 wrestling fans got that reference.
Chris Jericho. No, not the list.
There it is.
But yeah, there's so much coming out, and I'm getting Mass Effect Andromeda. I'm getting Prey. I'm getting Persona 5.
Are you really getting Prey?
Kyle's getting Prey, so I will have Prey. I'm getting Persona 5. I'm probably going to get Injustice 2.
Oh, I can't wait for it.
Getting South Park, getting Ukulele, getting Crash, getting Marvel vs. Capcom, getting Mario Odyssey, getting Ni no Kuni 2, getting Shadow of War, getting Xenoblade Chronicles, getting Red Dead. I'm not getting Tekken. Probably going to wait on Outlast 2. Getting Dragon Quest. I'm getting Detroit. Splatoon 2 I'm getting so I can bring my Switch over and we can play together.
It is really exciting.
Not getting Sonic Mania.
What?
Yeah, it's only on the list for you. I don't even think it's going to be that big of a hit.
You're confused again. You're mixing it up with something. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Go on.
Was it, man? Do I need to say more?
What? That does nothing to make me want it.
Sonic was so good.
Okay,
man.
no.
What?
No, not good.
Sonic, he's number 1.
Sonic is the poor man's Mario.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
All right, there was 2
The
guys.
people who talk up Sonic are people that did not have a Nintendo to play Mario, and you had to talk up your own game.
All right, first off, I had a choice. I had Nintendo, and then I chose to get a Sega, and I was not disappointed in my choice.
You also like B-rated horror movies.
That is true. There is 2 kinds of people on the world. There were like cool kids that like Sonic, and then there was kids that did karate and believed in magic that like Mario. Okay.
Why did they do karate and believe in magic
the
to like Mario?
The weird kids at school that like their parents signed them up for karate, so they swore they could fight till they got beat up. You don't find that funny? It's because it was you.
So mean. But yeah, this year's going to be crazy. And I'm actually more excited to see like if all these games keep getting these scores. Like I'm definitely going to keep up with the scores and put them down as they come out. But it's going to be a hard year. I feel bad for people that don't make money.
If you don't make money, why? Well, I can't say that. Play your video games. You deserve it. You know what I mean? It's difficult. I mean,
you're really going to have to pick and choose.
All right, with that being said, even if you have a lot of money, it's still like super expensive to do all this stuff. You know what I mean?
I agree. There are worse hobbies we could have.
Yeah.
Cocaine. Expensive. Yes. I don't even get to keep it.
Starbucks.
The devil's lettuce.
Yeah, wasting money.
So we do have one reader mail today.
Who's it from?
It's from a guy named Rob.
I'm going to call him Robbie because I feel like you were friends.
Rob the Robot.
Is it? Was that his gamer tag?
No, it just says Rob. I'm just adding the robot part.
Do you have his picture up?
It's an email. He would have to send me a picture.
Is that weird that we're asking for that now?
Include a picture of yourself in your emails from now on. No nudes, please.
I just don't.
If you're a guy, you're going to send us that. At least put a cowboy hat over your junk. But his email says, "Hey, the enthusiast. My name is Rob. So this marks the 30th anniversary for Final Fantasy, and I know you guys have played Final Fantasy 15, so you've talked about it in previous episodes."
I just talked about it in this episode.
We did talk about it in this episode too. My question was, what is your best Final Fantasy memory? Even if it has nothing to do with the game, may have just had an impact on your life personally. So, that's a really good question.
It is a loaded question.
Pretty deep too. What would you say? Do you have any good Final Fantasy memories?
I got 2, and they're from the same game.
Oh God!
It's Final Fantasy X.
At least it wasn't 7. I don't know why.
10 has always been my favorite, man. I don't know why.
Well, I mean, you went one too far.
9.
The best was 9.
All right, whatever. It's your opinion. I don't know what it is about 10 that is so special about that game. It was like I was going through my angst and involving, and it was just like that game just came out at the right time. You know what I mean? And I think I was in high school. I was going through my emotions, and I was like, man, this game was really good. But it's still in the beginning of the game. You go through and you say hi to everybody, you sign autographs to Titus, and then you start the Blitzball game. That rock song's playing, and then you start seeing what's his face with the sword, and like the big waves coming. Like I remember playing that and being like, oh, junk, what am I getting myself into? This is that game. And then, of course, spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't beat Final Fantasy X, that's somehow still back in like 1998 when the game came out. Was it 99, I think they came out?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. At the end, what was her name? Yuna goes to hug him.
Oh, God.
Right
that was
through,
one of mine. That's
right through, man. Cut me deep.
I'm not going to lie. So that moment of Final Fantasy X was the first time a game made me cry.
But that's why it was so special to me, is because that's when I realized this is what games can be. An emotional story. That game, although that game was so long, it drew me in with a story.
I agree.
You know what I mean? And Jet and Sin and oh man, it's such a great game, man. Great game.
I agree. 10 was actually, like I said, the first game that's ever made me cry because I did not see that coming. From a mile away, did not see her going to hug him, and she goes through him. I was like, no! What's going on? She just wanted to be with him.
Yeah.
But probably one of my best Final Fantasy experiences was when it was on the Super Nintendo. Final Fantasy 3 was my first Final Fantasy I ever played. And the reason why I really liked it was because it honestly helped me learn to read too. Because there were like a lot of big words in there for the time I was playing. I think I was 5 or 6.
Yeah, you had no friends.
Yeah, thanks. And I just thought it was really cool that, like, looking back, people say video games do nothing. They're a waste of time. And, like, I can look back and be like, no, like, it helped me learn to read.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? But 9 has always been my favorite Final Fantasy. I talk about it all the time on this podcast.
9 was good. It was Dragon Ball Z the game, but it was good.
It was not Dragon Ball Z. We're not getting into this.
No, just answer the question. Did the main character have a tail?
He did have a tail. Sonic has a tail.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does. He has a little stub tail. Little blue stubby tail.
The difference
So
is...
he's Dragon Ball Z the game. And he goes Super Saiyan!
No! No!
And then he moves so fast that he punches things.
No! Alright, whatever.
Dragon Ball Z the game.
Whatever.
With,
Dragon Ball Z
with chinchillas.
Right? Watch your mouth.
Dragon Ball Z was around before Sonic.
Who said?
You can look it up, man. Look at the art. Look at Dragon Ball.
Whatever. It's back to what I was saying, though, Final Fantasy. 9 was good. No, I really like 9. You know what? Crazy. I still can't believe you're right. I can't believe 9 doesn't get the love that 7 does, and even 8 does. Like
8 is, in my opinion, really bad. It's not that
8 is the worst Final Fantasy in my opinion. Besides
13.
Let's say 13.
Yeah,
But
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? So 9 wasn't. I played 9 and I finished 9.
Coming off of 8, first off, if you played them in order, go from 7, you're like, wow, this is actually really good. 8, when I was a kid, I liked 8 a lot because I think I focused more on like, wow, he has a gun blade? That's awesome. But like looking back at it now that I'm older and I've replayed all 3, I was like, coming off of 8 to 9, it just felt like such a relief.
Yeah.
Like 9 was just so much better. It was like, oh, you guys got it back because I felt like they lost it with it.
Yeah.
But
And then, like I said, 10. When 10 came out, I didn't think I'd ever top 7, 9, and then 10 came out. And I know you like 9 better, but 10, it was just first off, you had your voice acting in it, and
that was actually a concern for me when I was a kid because I was like, I always had the voices in my head that I would put for the character, and now it's like I can't do that.
Well, what's funny is when they first did the voice acting in 10, I was like, "What? This is amazing!" And then I went and bought it for PlayStation 4 when it came out because I was like, "Oh my god, 10's coming back out." Although the gameplay still lived up to what I remembered, voice acting is terrible.
Yeah, it is.
So
especially
bad.
the laugh scene.
Yeah.
The worst.
You know who was not bad in it though? Voice acting. What was his name? Rico. The red hair.
Waka.
Raka. What is it, Rico?
I thought you were. I was like, you're saying him, but that Riku's a girl, so I
wanted it to made his name Rico. But he wasn't bad. His voice actor was pretty good.
Waka's not bad. I don't think Arn was very bad either.
No,
but he didn't have very many lines either.
He was a badass character.
He was. When I still think about Final Fantasy, he's still one of those characters that come into my head as like the most badass I've ever seen.
But like I said, the way they introduced him to was awesome with that music and the. I don't even know who that band was that did it. I just always remember that scene.
Yeah, I have no idea either. But
man, I think I might go upstairs and play Final Fantasy 10 again.
Yeah, so that's it for me when it comes to my memories of 9. I mean, I had a lot of Final Fantasy memories of villains that I really like. Like I really like Kuja, and I know a lot of people. I'm in the minority there. A lot of people don't really like Kuja, but I think Kuja is one of such a great villain for Final Fantasy.
I'm going. I'm going to say go back to 10. I think Jet was by far one of the best ones.
So, who's your favorite main character from Final Fantasy? If you had to pick one. I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna put me on the spot. It's gonna sound like such a cop out. It's gonna be Cloud, of course. Like,
see, I didn't like Cloud too much.
What?
It seemed like such a blah character.
Oh. Does it have to be the main character?
My memories aren't even mine.
Does it got to be a main character, like the main character?
Well, yeah, I did say main character, like the actual main person in the game that your party all goes into his body.
All right. Well, let's see. It's not fair because I also like the Prince from this last one.
I did really like Noctis.
I really liked him.
I think Noctis is mine now. But before that, it may have. I really did like Squall, even though I don't like 8. Squall as a character, though, I thought was really cool.
Is he dead?
Why would you bring that up?
I'm sorry. That theory on live was amazing. Titus is not going to make the list for me.
Just voice acting.
It's besides the voice acting. To me, he was the worst character in that game, which is insane. That's my favorite Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
But with all the other characters, they were so much more likable or relatable than
Jet. I mean, not Jet. Waka.
You know what I mean? And like, I get
Kamari.
Yeah.
Who was a jerk.
Like, I get the whole aspect. He hated his father and all that junk, but like, even in the beginning when he's like walking by the poster and sees Jet and he's like, "Doing this without you." I'm like, oh god.
You didn't even get alcohol in you yet. You're doing this. What's your problem? Keep it together, man.
Yeah. Imagine that. He has a little digital bottle in his hand. I don't need you, Ted. I get the best baseball player ever. So, although it's my favorite Final Fantasy, like I still know that one like the back of my hand. Dodge the lightning bolt was 100 times to get the sword.
I thought it was 10,000.
It is 10,000. You're right.
Fuck that. That was annoying.
I
did it for the PS2. I don't think I could do it again.
No. Funniest thing about that is like I remember getting up so high and messing up and doing it all over again.
And that was for Lulu's, not the sword.
Mm-hmm.
That was for Lulu's fucking little sock puppet thing that she carries around.
But yeah, Yeah, so that's why he would never make the list of my favorite character.
I can agree.
He was a baby.
So, party member. And then we'll end it. We'll end the podcast after this.
Oh, the one I just mentioned, that from 10, that had the good voice acting.
Jet?
No.
Oh, Waka.
Waka.
Waka's your favorite?
I loved him.
Okay.
I know 10-2. People hated on 10-2. And the second time I played it, I really enjoyed it, actually, for what it was.
I haven't played it since the first time, but I think I'm going to give it another shot.
I now that I'm complaining about an all-female game, I would have rather seen a game follow him. I would have loved to see what options he. Like, I'm almost pissed off he was kind of cut out of Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, they didn't really. They made him a kid. Sorry,
Yeah.
And they just kind of did away with him.
Yep.
Him, Tidus. Yeah, there's quite a few of them that they just kind of were like, you're on this island. Bye, island.
Bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia.
Great. Now my girlfriend's gonna hear this and get upset.
It's from Friday, man.
She hates it, man.
What?
She hates that thing from Friday.
Really?
Yeah, she hates it. She hears it all the time.
Oh God, I love Friday.
Vivi. Love Vivi from 9.
I know
that little black wizard.
Yeah.
What?
No, I didn't.
And I liked Vincent.
You look like he was from He-Man.
Vincent?
No.
Oh, Vivi?
Yeah. I'm not gonna let that go either.
Vivi's great.
All right,
whatever.
He-Man wannabe. All right, well, thanks for the question. Was it Rob?
Rob.
You're a
Leave
good
a
guy.
name. So last name. So
Why would he want to leave his last
All
name?
right, fine. Don't leave a last
Some
name.
people don't want their name.
I'm thinking now of Rob Schneider.
Could be Rob Schneider. All right, could be Rob Lowe.
Ooh. We do have connections, apparently.
I do like Rob Lowe.
And people do listen to this podcast that matter.
Yes, Ben Affleck. Another
WB.
shout out to you, buddy. All right. Good job. I don't know who else listens to this. I'm thinking George Lucas. You know what I mean?
You think so?
Because before I even made this podcast, before we made this podcast, because it was both our ideas, neither of us can take credit for this, kept saying, George Lucas, give up Star Wars, man. Let another team take over and they can improve it. But what did he do? So Disney. You're welcome, everybody.
What if we're mutants? And yeah. What if our power is to project
Suggestion on other people? What if this is all like, what's that movie, Inception? Oh, man.
What if this podcast isn't real? What if we think we're doing the podcast, but it's Matrix? We're actually in a pod right now.
Yes.
There's only one way to find out. I'm going to take the pen and stab it in your skull.
I would die.
But when you die in the Matrix, you wake up.
No.
That's what happened to Neo.
No, when you die in Matrix, you die in real life.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Wait, we have to get you a pill. Was it red or blue?
It was the pill. I think you had to take the red one. Was when you went down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, you're right. Red one. So you'll take a red pill.
Mm.
We don't know what's in it. We'll just give you a red pill.
Yeah. All right, that's it for this podcast before we go on any more craziness. So thanks for listening. Keep the viewer emails coming in. Leave a comment down below. And
Likes.
Likes.
We like likes.
We will answer your questions. Trust me. Will loves this.
I do.
I mean, while he is checking the email and keeping up on the website and everything like that, I'm the talent here. So I get text messages from him the week telling me to do homework and make sure to look up stuff he sends me, and then I don't.
I know.
And then he gets really mad at me.
It is frustrating.
So make sure you leave that like and comment. And
This is episode 15.
it is
You can find us on YouTube,
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud, Facebook, and Twitter.
What's Twitter?
Twitter. But I just wanted to say it like the kids say it.
Don't.
Okay.
You don't.
I'll stop. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's an episode. So
All right.
we
All right, transform and roll out.
You're still here? It's over. Turn off the podcast. Go on.